Hello and welcome. Thank you for joining me today. My name's Louise Delise, artist and teacher. This is lesson 6, and in today's lesson I'm going to show you how you can draw a kangaroo. In today's lesson we're going to be using the charcoal pencil, a paper stump for blending, a kneadable eraser, some powdered charcoal and of course a soft brush. And we start a drawing like always where we're loosely mapping out the main subjects within the work. In this case we're going to be drawing 2 kangaroos, one with a little Joey in the pouch, but we're starting here at the back with Daddy Kangaroo and we're just loosely placing in the main structure. We come back in and place Mama Kangaroo here with the little Joey in the pouch. And we'll indicate the little Joey here, start with the head, pop some ears on, roughly define the facial features. And we'll come back onto Mama Kangaroo. We'll pop the eyes in there. Start giving a little bit of definition, bring the nose forward here. And we're doing this with the shading techniques that I'm using here. Pop in the ears there. And start to build up the fur now on the facial area. Bring the nose forward a little bit by indicating the nostrils. As we start to create some textural qualities on this lovely fur, creating a little bit of form. Let's add a little bit of dark to the inside of the ears. Pushing the ears back by doing this. And the facial features forward as we come in here. Paying more attention to the eyes, the nostrils. Start working up the fur here. The idea, of course, being to create interesting little shapes with little clumps of fur. As we come down and indicate these front paws. And kangaroos will use these paws, these claws, to occasionally hold their food and to help them with their food, with their feeding. And you know, when these little joeys are born, they're only about 2.5 centimeters long, and they travel through the mother's thick fur to the safety of the pouch. It'll spend several months in the pouch. By the time the joey is 8 months old, it is able to leave the pouch and stand on its own. Now I'm continuing on with the fur here, working it up a little bit, getting some textural variety, some tonal variety. As we come back in more towards the back there, we're working down towards these really powerful legs here. Enable the kangaroo to jump quite high. The kangaroo can move actually very quickly. I mean, they can reach up to speeds of 25 kilometers an hour. And of course they use their tails to help them balance while they're jumping. And in fact, kangaroos can also swim. Now they do cross rivers, and at times when they need to defend themselves from predators, and they just keep their heads above the water and they use their legs to help them paddle through the water and the tail to help them propel them through the water. Of course they do nibble off grass and shrubs and berries and things like that. They are a herbivore. Now let's come in the back here. You know, kangaroos are very strong, they're very muscular. You know, kangaroos can sometimes get quite aggressive, especially with one another. And they do often fight, you know. They stand on their legs and they raise themselves up, and they can punch each other, they can kick each other, they can be really quite aggressive, and those front claws can do quite a little bit of damage to one another sometimes, especially when these male kangaroos, you know, they've got something to say to one another, usually involving a female, of course. So let's start to work this back up now. Indicating fur here. We'll go with the darker tone. Try to keep it a little bit lighter underneath there. It's nice textural qualities. Still using the charcoal pencil. We haven't used anything else at this point. We'll use a little bit of powdered charcoal a little bit later just to indicate some background, but we're going to keep the drawing today of the kangaroos just with the charcoal pencil. So we come in here to defining form. Kangaroos have excellent hearing and can swivel their ears in all directions to pick up sound. They have very good eyesight, but only respond to moving objects. Let's come in here now with our nice soft brush as we start to add some soft qualities to this fur. And we're doing this just by going over the charcoal pencil that we've laid down with the soft brush. The brush, of course, is going to move the charcoal around. It's going to work it into the paper. And there we are. In no time at all, we've created some lovely softness to the fur there. As we introduce the blending stump here, so that we can work that charcoal into the paper in certain areas to create some smoothness. When you are using the blending stump, be aware that the blending stump, of course, will pick up a little bit of that charcoal. So generally, once you've used the blending stump, your tonal graduations are going to be slightly lighter than previously. Now we're looking good here. I think this has come along really quite nicely, this drawing. The kangaroo at the back has got a good presence about him. The fur looks good, I think. The kangaroo at the front looks a little bit spotty at the moment. So we'll come back in with the charcoal pencil to create some more gradual tones to create form. We'll refine the fur a little bit here, and we'll also be introducing a background in a moment, and we're going to use the powdered charcoal just to come in very loosely, and will indicate a little bit of shrubbery, perhaps some long grass. Kangaroos like chewing on grass, herbs, berries, shrubs. And because of their grazing habits, they've developed special teeth. Their incisors, the front teeth, chop up the grass, while their molars grind the grass. Kangaroos need very little water to survive and can go many months without drinking water. They spend a lot of their time, of course, in the shade. The kangaroos are nocturnal, so they do come out at dusk. And mostly sleep in the day. Now this is week 6, and so we are, at this stage we have introduced the charcoal pencil, the blending stump. Up until now, of course, we've restricted ourselves more to using the willow stick of charcoal. We've experimented a fair amount with the powdered charcoal. Now you should have a good understanding of the capabilities of stick willow, the powdered charcoal, the kneadable eraser, today the charcoal pencil, the blending stump. And so you can see that we're moving towards next week incorporating a lot of those materials all in the one work. So join me for that. And thank you for watching today. I hope you've learned something from this video. And of course, if you have enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up. And I look forward to seeing you next week. Lesson 7.